Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Your favorite radio show host has once again returned. Absolute pleasure to be back as always. And today we're doing some arms trade Tycoon Tanks. Greetings, Liberty Prime. Let us continue where we left off last time, in Pi Systems. I must say, I had an absolute blast playing this game last time. It's quite nice to be returning. In regards to drinks and effects tonight, we'll only be consuming some glorious tea of Yorkshire Gold. However, we are suffering a slight issue of I've run out of biscuits and I forgot to resupply my milk. So, plain black tea for the night. The War Thunder stream went utterly shit. I hate to say it, I had a really rough time that stream. And hello, Sir Chromosome. Welcome into the chat for tonight. No, it's gonna be you. Can I help you, Chromosome, old boy? New Superior Ricardo, Pursuit of War Horse, the Mel. The Combo Mark 1, which I forgot I researched. Give her the Superior Guns. I have some Hotchkiss. And this is a Superior tank by all regards. Commander, Driver, 2 Gunners, a singular loader, and a singular mechanic shall do all the jobs you require. Slightly under equipped mechanic performance, but it shall be fine. Additional entries to this will be the Lyddite shell alongside the solid steel and the common naval shell, mixed in with pre-war 303 because I haven't researched anything better than that. Armored car fuel, and crude oil. Now to paint this. Big 15, should be 13 though. I've been leaving a couple of streams, we'll do it again. It's alright, congratulations on getting the full. Well, pulling off 15 streams in a row. The first step, always YouTube so I can watch the streams later. You can always watch the streams later. What we're currently designing now is an improvement to the Mark 1 chassis. The Pi Heavy Tank Mark 1B. Your PC's finished? Awesome. This beautiful behemoth is an improvement to the current existing Mark 1. The reason why we're making this tank at all is because if we don't make it, we will be falling behind the ability to supply Britain with new tanks to replenish old ones, as unfortunately the old Mark 1 no longer holds bright. But this beast, she will. As her attributes, she's barely under the obstacle trench limit, but aside from that, she's exceptionally easy to transport, good on steep height somehow, she has the appropriate amount of guns, they're accurate and powerful, it's an incredibly repairable unit. This basically knockoff cheap tank will do its job. It will take 63 days to repair. Meanwhile, with the Pi heavy tank, Mark II, this is the current successor, which at this moment in time is using an inferior fuel and inferior modules. I should probably fix that. Then again, congrats on the PC being built, Mr. Chromosome. So you got things to do. Oh, where are you? The Engineering Bureau. If I have any spare engineers, I hope I do. I don't, never mind. Oh gee, I'm I'm not saying that on the stream. What I was going to do was... it's in here, turrets. Half sword. I was going to improve this bad boy. Half sword Willy. Nothing there. Yeah, we're sticking with that door. Where's the Y turret? Little Willy? I'm not buffing Little Willy. I'm currently just trying to buff the combo Mark 1V. Which we can't do because I have no engineers, because I'm an idiot. Don't bother saving that. However, in the meantime, as we are incapable of fulfilling this contract number 8, our only Vanguard tank is an exceptionally outdated relic that has a horrible reputation for being crap, versus Hector, who finally made a tank that genuinely beat it. Only took them 3 years. Hector. Nah, he got a buff any big. What about Elamain? I think this might be one of my tanks. This tank, in its entire career history, has only won a single battle. Ever. And it was against the Ottomans in this exact same battalion. God. Oh, you've arrived. Oh, the battle... Again... Oh! This battle is very important to me. Because no longer... Hector Salamanca, we know only a Breaking Bad of Gus Fring. I don't know something Better Call Saul. The second battle of Maturo is taking place between the brand new Northern Territories Division. Is that Australian? Never mind. But what matters is it's the Mark II. As we know, the Mark II has never seen combat. On the, let's see, the 10th of the 6th, 1917, the Pi Heavy Tank Mark II has been deployed in its first ever deployment. We go to engineering. Yeah, better engineering. May as well use you then. That being said, we have a long process to go. We have empty production halls. And the battle is finished. Holy shit. Talk about a comeback for Pi Systems. Would you look at that? Marvelous performance. This tank's overextends the battlefield was a sight to behold, contributing to astounding victory of our valiant forces. 0 tanks lost. We made George Bush proud. We killed, I'm not making this up, over 6,262 men were killed in this single battle at the loss of 0 tanks. Its only partial success was deploying it. We had 1 wounded tank, but 0 lost. Yeah, it was a bit slow. We can't say it's unsurprising. Reconnaissance. She did alright. Targeting. Oh, she did alright. Hit. I don't think the Ottomans were ready for this new tank. Ricochet. Oh, this armor was fantastic. Penetration. Oh. Damage. Repairs. We have truly made the Mark II a powerful beast. Another battle's broken out, and the dumbest thing possible, they didn't deploy the 7th Battalion, they deployed the 4th. It's like they're trying to throw away the battle. The 28th Turbazon Division is broken, and the 7th is still eager. You gotta respect my tanks now. Long gone are the days of a shoddy tank. Here are the new days. 23 tanks, Vanguard. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I can... Oh, this is gonna be good. The competitor. 19,000 channel points. We're getting close to the big 20,000 channel points. And the Hector Mark III. 240 score. You know, I feel like a lot of money. You know, timing? Yeah, I'll take that extra 136 days. And I will supply you 35 tanks. The 9th Battalion will be very happy. Oh, I see this now. This is a supply contract for the 9th Battalion. This is not a resupply. $1.5 million will be made from this contract. Anyway, production hall. I would like to begin production. Deploy Heavy Tank Mark II. 35, 127 days. Brilliant. Assign. Taking me to my warehouse. I would like to commission an order for a 40 tanks. Africa, North America, 400. Yikes. Let's go to 35 then. No one has enough steel. I need 37,000 steel. I'll take the Asian order. Very nice. I like to be aware that I have enough materials. The contract has been accepted. A 10-day delay on the Asia supply, unfortunately. But profits are coming. I wonder why you lost. Could it be that you, I don't know, deployed the Mark 1 and not the Mark 2? At least good news for the British. Mark 1Bs have been designed. A new campaign, and you're only deploying Mark 1s. Why are Mark 2s so rare? Stop using the Mark 1. We need to pull the Mark 1 from the shelves. I don't know why they insist on using the Mark 1. The Mark 1 has been banned from production due to it being outdated. And they refuse to stop deploying it. It's not good. It's proven itself to be incredibly bad. Why do you insist? On using it? Get to work on making a new line of steel. Where the hell, let's go to the engineering department. Average T34, T55, or T62 in the Middle East. I'd love to comment, I just can't. This is the Warhorse P2. This is our main track. Holy shit. Here it is, the best reinforced. Slightly more mobile of road wheels, but not worth it. Heat treated sprocket. It's just the best. Nothing I can do. There's no point modifying this, it's annoying. No. Hotchkiss, nope. Power plant, where is it? It's the what do you call it? Liberty. We're using the Liberty engine now. Funnily enough, in exchange for my build, it'll be a much more reliable engine. Switching that over. There's so much stuff you can... I'm just not that good at editing. Let's have a check the design bureau quickly, because as it's pretty well known for this game, it will pull designs out of nowhere, and you have to be... The fuel side tank is no longer viewed as operational. The Vanguard is also obsolete now. I have a heavy fuel side, heavy Vanguard is what matters. I have a... Can you buy a heavy Vanguard tank? Whether you like it or not. But either way, let's begin or continue production. Really, it's a management game. But it's fun. We're losing money because we haven't gone around to do anything yet. You gonna see yourself out? Have fun, Liberty Prime. Oh, just wait a moment. You got a new shitter. Why would I buy such a crap tank? Anyway. Go. Get those first 25 out of here. I'm certain the British government will be quite happy to hear. A Odin offs bear. A7V's been captured by the Brits. And I won't buy it. Rheinmetall's made a new tank. Yeah, they did that quite a bit, didn't they? Little Benghazi. Again, you can't get mad at me, Britain. You insist on using the incredibly outdated crap tanks. Like, you know the Mark 1 is shit and it hasn't performed well in years. I get it that it beat the Ottomans once. It beat them once. Not twice, not thrice. The only victory that tank has ever had was against the Ottomans. And I appreciate that you love it so much. The problem is, it's a piece of shit that has not been useful since its original battle in the Ottoman Empire. Anyway, 9th Battalion's been equipped with proper tanks now. Battle of the Brook, yeah, I'd expect them to be superior. Because they are a better bloody thing. Anyway, £3 million again. Benghazi has started. Okay, Britain. I can initiate contracts. I need to fix that tank very quickly. Design Bureau. I completely forgot one of the most important things in this game. The Mark 1 here needs its repairs. Problem with this tank is it's barely considered better. Alright, Britain. I'm here to give you an invite to a contract. I will sell you a superior tank to refurbish your units. It's still a Mark 1, but it's better. I will need some extra days though. Give me 130 days. I'll resupply 30 tanks. It's also the first time I found I can initiate contracts. Which also means I now immediately start building 30 tanks. With plenty of time. Go. It's quite a funny thing about how Britain's trying to, like, you know, weigh things up. You know, I wish I'd have more lines. But now the new knowledge I've gained, we can build a lot more lines. Improved armor is always nice. There's a lot of things I'd research. I think I will get to work on making my final tank of the Mike Tier 1. As everyone's told how you actually advance between the tiers. But we almost have the maximum mobility. Let's get aviation fuel as well. Because, you know, you gotta make something good. Speaking of making something good, Design Bureau. The Pi Heavy tank. How do I... Nope. Get the heavy Mark II hull. This is the enhanced hull. Select the heavy Vanguard tank. And let's use not the Ricardo, not the Knight. Mine is the Ricardo. Warhorse 1. There we go. The combo turrets to make them actually viable weapons. Mount the better gun. Throw on the additional machine guns. Just to really weigh it in. That done, let's get the crew. Commander. Driver. 2 gunners. A gunner mechanic. A loader and a mechanic. Slightly more crew heavy than it could have been. However, It reaches all objectives aside from commander bonus. Give it access to all munitions. The only 303 ammo I have. Actually good fuel. And crude oil. This here, plus a new British paint job, will make a superior tank to the already existing Pi heavy tank Mark 2B. And make this beast a reality, eh? The tank is too heavy. Ah, I see, it's max. Yes, yes, I see. The engine is lacking. So it looks of it, what's holding us back from the Mark II is engine power, which we are Liberty V12 wasn't available for some reason. Strange. Actually, why couldn't I use it? Design, not that. We're missing an engine here. Why can I not mount the aircraft engine? Just too confusing, I guess. Thank you for the information. I'm losing money. I do hope you realize that we are slowly but surely building up a much greater stockpile. Stop using the Mark 1A. It's crap. Every time that tank loses, we suffer heavily. It just doesn't work out. 1918 is here. British headquarters. Hello, Connor. External politics, economy. God, 3rd Battalion just gone. 1 battalion's using Hector tanks. Can't say I blame them. British army is in pretty shit state. Bunch of tanks I could buy. And they show the contracts later. In the meantime, I feel like going for a little drive. I wish to test out the Pi Heavy Tank Mark II. This beautiful behemoth is the current main export tank. Armed with the QF-3 57L40 and the Hotchkiss machine guns. As can be clearly seen, this behemoth can hit a top speed of just under 20 kilometers per hour. An utterly ludicrous speed regarding this, well, the size of this machine. Being an absolute mad lad of a beast. Sure, she can clearly prove herself as fast. That's the one thing she does have going for her. On the other hand, let's test out the old Hotchkiss machine gun. I must say, the old Hotchkiss is doing quite well at dealing with, well, anything really. The light naval gun is an incredibly powerful gun. It has no fear or tolerance for being attacked or harassed. On the surprising maneuverability of this incredibly large vehicle, she appears to be doing quite well. In regards to anything regarding to her firepower. Her main guns do in fact turn enemies into shreds. This is also the part I like to mention. This tank actually is really fun to drive if you're not streaming. I missed. Oh, I'll just make use of something proper. This is infantry. As you all know, when facing infantry, you don't try to shoot them with cannons. You make use of your forward-fronting machine gun. Meanwhile, when you encounter a rogue A7V on the loose, you make sure to use your heavy firepower. Because this here is a proper tank. On tank engagement. There's a few issues with this game, but they're nothing too bad in all honesty. The chuttering is probably a mix of my PC quality tied in with the fact I'm live streaming. Hello, Daddy Eats Flaps. As we'll see, we continue to push our endeavours in our glorious British tank. Gonna give me that. Taking me up here. Hit that marker. Hit a really laggy spin move. And it's making use of the rear turret. I must say, the rear turret does not work as well as hoped. I see I have no reverse gear. Pick up the pace, we're losing time. As always, a really fun part of this game really is just driving around your tank, taking out for a test run. Despite the fact this thing is a heavy, giant piece of shit, she's more than capable of crossing a trench. Which at the time was a key part of being a tank. Yet another marker. And a little secret thing you know, there's actually a hidden tank? There it is. Come on, big girl. I didn't do it personally, yes. Apparently not. The enhanced running gear has been completed. And obviously we shall finish the mobility tree by getting the aviation fuel. And with that completed, mobility tier 1 will be done, thus granting us a superior power. A lot of the components we researched during the World War period, and all these, a lot of things have to change. Including fire ability, cuts. Anyway, what matters now is mobility is almost done. The Brits and the Belgians are fighting again. This time, I think the Brits will win. In Kasai. Because instead of fighting with fucking Mark 1s, they're fighting with the Mark 2. And the Mark 2 has proven itself as a significantly better tank. Alright, begin that shipping. On the other hand, get to work now. All the parts of the 35. From the Oceania. Brilliant. Another brilliant day to be British. And the first engagement against Belgian forces since the utter disaster of the Mark I engagement. May this battle be good. Because holy bejeebus. That was a pretty rough first engagement for the tank. Got shredded by Belgian artillery. Another shitty French tank. Obviously nothing we can learn there, so let's keep our British engineering. And the holy Jeebus. Thousands of Belgians now lay dead. This is a purely good engagement. Excellent deployment, good reconnaissance, good targeting, good hitting, good ricochet, good penetration, good damage, and good repairs. Another defeat for the British Empire. Which could easily be stopped if the Ottoman Empire would actually, you know, I actually can build 40. Then we should build 40. 145 days. A new campaign in Giza. Oh, an easy British victory. The power of this company will not be underestimated today. A lot of resupply contracts I could probably start filling in. Really hard to get into the British engineers' minds what they want. These Ottoman divisions are going to regret engaging the Mark II in combat. Ooh. Oh no. That's not good. That's really not good. Oh, why is the Battery Tank Mark II not good? It's the wrong... we need a heavy fuel side tank. Oh, that's not good. Instead, I'm gonna see if I can get into the British... Yeah, I'm gonna use my influence into British, you know, affairs. To instead demand the usage of another Vanguard tank project. Because we need to make a new tank. Shit. That's not good. The reinforced. How long will that take me? 207 days. Hey, Design Bureau, you're getting your paycheck. We're looking for a heavy fuel side tank. Immediately? Okay. Enough armor on this thing, good. It can't mount the aircraft engine, which is the problem. I can't put the night engine, which is a disaster. Or is it? I have an idea. I may not be able to use the proper new engine I want, the Liberty, but I can boost the Ricardo. No, I can't. This is a really shoddy engine. This genuinely is me slapping together a Franken engine. I'm taking all the components from the aviation engine and trying to slap it onto an engine that just won't do its job right. A heavy fuel side tank. It needs to be a strong power unit, so to boost that, okay. This engine is not a good engine, but it does what the fuel slide engine needs it to do. I don't like it, but it's what I have to do. Very good. I've ignored number 11 because I can't supply it. Once again, this is a crippling blow to the Ottoman Empire that will crush them eventually because they lost to British tanks. Wherever tank captured, don't care. Oh, we won against Giza. Brilliant. The situation is less than ideal, I won't lie. I'm trying to make Franken engines to power Engineering Bureau. Why are you so annoying? A new battle? The Pi Mark II going in again. Go 7th Battalion. Kick some Belgian ass. Okay, Engineering Bureau. Again, jump back in. I want to inspect my hull. What did the bear crew perform? Searching periscope. Improved. Thickened flap. New steel. Still bolted. If I wanted to make you a heavy fuel side tank. Your heavy fuel side. It's the machine gun tank. That's why. Oh, I'm a dolt. That's the problem. The current heavy fuel side tank. No. That's the this tank isn't good enough. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Take the better hull. Can't put the Knight in, but I can put the improved Ricardo in. Would I go for the land ship? Warhorse is better for now. The fuck? Oh, that's the turret slot. I see. The Hotchkiss isn't good enough. That's a problem. The power unit isn't good enough still, so I have the improved Ricardo. The Ricardo is better than it used to be. But aside from that, its munitions is poor. The heavy fuel side is just not going to work. Pi Systems doesn't have a heavy fuel side tank lying around. "42 men were killed in an accident." Admin? Reduce the risk of accidents, please. The maintenance building as well. Make everything cheaper, please. I have to hire 42 more workers. That incident will be very grave. Aviation fuel has not been researched. Can I click on the research facility, please? Thank you. 35 engineers per line, damn. Anyway, good, we've got full that now. Okay, sign that. We need the new hull. For some reason I can't put the aircraft engine anything but the onboardial. Which is pretty shitty. As everything's gone to the shit. We are desperately trying to get any tanks I can out of the factory halls. Kanagar has ended. And the Pi Heavy Tank Mark II failed? Our poster boy tank is outdated now. Shit, okay. They want heavy fuel side. I don't have any heavy fuel sides. The Pi Systems engineer is now in a fucking panic. 'Cause their big boy gun tank is too heavy with an underpowered engine. And even with an improvement to the engine, oh god, that's a horribly underpowered tank. Okay, I need to somehow get this tank ready to go. There is nothing I can do. God, we are in a bad circumstance. Okay, the reinforced hull. Then we're going to get the improved gun, the medium side-fed machine gun. We need those bonuses now, because holy bejeebus. Ah, the medical station's been finished. At least something's going for us now. In the meantime, get these 28 tanks shipped. Good. Okay, now I need 7 more tanks. Okay, Britain. What's this tank for? Heavy fuel side. Yeah, I do have a tank I can sub in. But not our business yet. The problem is, what we do have is struggling. Also good to know that nobody wants to trade with me, but Britain. Of course, only the British want me. I appreciate my rivals aren't sleeping, and neither am I. However, those who can't tell, shipping these tanks, producing them is not as easy as it used to be. Anyway, pray for no delays, and in 5 days... ship me the resources for another 30 of these tanks. Africa is cheaper. Heavy fuel side tanks I just can't supply. You're asking for a tank I just don't have the equipment or supply for. Anyway, Pirate Tank Mark II's orders finished. A new Schneider tank. Resources have arrived. Begin immediate production of 35 Pi Mark 1Bs. How many people can work on this line, by the way? Just asking for a friend here. Cool, on the 300. Understood. Alright, anyway. Get 35 of these things started now. I'll wait until it gets 110 days. A brilliant victory for the British, because, you know, they're using the Mark II tank before it became a piece of shit. I mean, you do go wonder what happened. The Mark II had no competitor, no rival. It was the best tank in the world. Then out of bloody nowhere, the supposed best tank in the world gets curb stomped. And the people in Britain don't outdo themselves. Anyway, I heard you were writing a new contract. May I offer the outdated Mark I? May I offer you 35 of these big boys? At a major delay, 130 days. Let me jack up the price as always. Well, the British Parliament gets quite annoyed when I walk in. It's like, Mr. Pie. Here to offer me a bunch of worthless tanks? Oh, absolutely, my good sir. Oh, I should also mention that we are producing an actually impressive number of tanks again. Thank you, Britain. Good to know somebody appreciates my work. As crap as said work is. It's almost 1919. World War One's era is coming to an end. And God, Pi Systems tank, the Mark II, which used to be the best tank on the market, is no longer living up to its name. With constant failure, horrible success rates. The once great and powerful Pi Systems is now looking quite desperate, as it is incapable of supplying what Britain wants. And Britain wants a lot of tanks that Pi Systems just can't produce anymore. The Artemis. William Foster has been... The death of one company marks the birth of another. Unfortunately, the Artemis Mark II seems to be a lot better than the old Pi Systems did. But it has not discouraged me yet. Just means we need to get that medium-fed machine gun quicker. I am legitimately resting my entire company's fate on a single project. That machine gun is the only way we have a chance of survival. And we now have a new heavy tank. The heavy fuel side heavy Vanguard are becoming obsolete. Skirmish tanks are coming in. I'm here for the frigate tank. And instantly, can it mount the engine? It can mount the Liberty V12. Doesn't make it perfect, but the frigate tank requires machine guns. Of course it does. Landship tracks. It needs how many? 7 machine guns. Don't worry, the female Mark II exists. I'm now seeing that I can't make a frigate tank. What can I do about a skirmish tank? Will the medium Mark C count as a skirmish tank? It is within the weight. Ricardo, a knight, or one of these bad boys. Ricardo it is. Give her the Hornet transmission. I see. You want a gun. Yeah, I've got nothing what people want. I've got a bunch of holes in equipment that nobody wants. And while I have all that equipment, I'm actively trying to rebuild and hold on. The frigate tank is at its service, which is great. If only I could afford. Because I'm missing a component that's critical to making said tank. I would love to make a frigate tank. I don't have any lying around though. My designs don't have enough oomph behind them. Fortunately, I have a small backup supply of money lying around, which I can and will use to basically keep everything I can going. We have lost legitimately everything that made us good. We are no longer the great pie systems that everybody wants to work for. We are a ruined, shattered being of our former glory. What used to be our greatest, one of the greatest companies in the land, that used to be more than capable. Frigate tanks. I don't have any frigate tanks. What I do have is a bunch of really old tanks. With tier 3, do you have only heavy fuel side and frigades? All Britain wants. I don't have any of those tanks. William Foster's from here, eh? Greetings, Britain. I heard you'd like... Oh, United States. I'm desperate for any contracts that will want my outdated tanks. Only my £4 million could stick around. Let's actually pop around and see what else I could get our hands on. Italy, what kind of tank corps do you want? Heavy Vanguard and Skirmish. Greece, what do you want? Greece wants assault tank. Because that's what Sweden wants. How about you, Canada? Canada wants what I can provide. So if I want it, Canada, I got a tank. My last tank, but... I've got plenty of tanks lying around, Canada. All you gotta do is say my name, and I'll be right there. The structure. I need to get the armed fixed turret immediately. This is legitimately the last straw for pie systems. All new tanks want machine guns, and I don't have machine gun positions. Okay, heavy Vanguard tank. My heavy Vanguard is not enough. No, I do not have enough strength to beat the American market. Your greatest flaw is that I couldn't mount the right engine. Which means I scrap you, actually. I can take my heavy Mark 7, bump in the Liberty 12, go with the land ship, give her armored plate, get rid of the combo Mark 1s. You're now a heavy fuel side tank. No, heavy vanguard. You're a heavy vanguard. You're good now. Copy of my outdated main guns. Outdated they may be, but who cares? Commander. The gun's underwhelming. Oh god, is she an underwhelming tank? But she is not the worst tank I've ever produced. In fact, she is probably the first one to not cry about all my problems. She makes enough firepower. Her repairability scores just under what people want. I've got good fuel and oil. This here is the only tank I have that's probably going to be useful. This is the replacement of the normal heavy vanguard. She's bigger, she's heavier, her engine's just underpowered, but she has enough firepower, enough armor. She technically fills the role well, while being a flawed tank. And I do the engines. I'm here. Look at the under engines fucking did. Give me a moment, chat. So you can't rename it. You gotta do this whole bloody process again. While I'm desperately trying to get anything I can to work, this tank will do more than enough at replacing anything and everything that could go wrong. Especially since she has the smallest crew of any Pi Systems tanks. While carrying the best ammunition, so much ammunition, good oil, good fuel and good oil, fully British painted. This time she'll be known as the Pi Heavy Tank Mark III. You know, things gone wrong, and the Pi Heavy Tank Mark III is the new weapon of choice. That was 1919. It is about time that we did change things up. Good things we have literal £4 million sitting around that we can slowly chip away at as we build up and prepare for our next tank. Contract number 20, a heavy fuel side tank. Yep, I know exactly what you are, but I don't have enough firepower for you. Because my entire thing is running low. Everything's not well at Pi Systems. Let me see if Britain's up for another contract. All you want is a heavy fuel side tank. My heavy fuel side tank does not work enough. But I will make a better and newer heavy fuel side tank. I promise, British government. It will have proper guns, armour. It will stand out, I promise. I just need you to give me a contract I can actually fulfill. Okay, the Pi Heavy Tank Mark III. Build that. Get me another 100 bloody workers. Damn it, I can't hire them boys until after the building's built. But anyway, put an order in immediately. Once I go back to the design room. And fix the 3 problems, which is just mass limits for once. But the other tanks I had to fix, the High Heavy Tank Mark III is probably the easiest. It's funny, really. All this time, we finally have a non-shit tank. It just weighs a lot. And we're going to be 30 of these holes. Can I push 35? I can this year. How about Africa? Not cheap, but the African order is much better. Oh, it's all coming together now, baby. That's heavy fuel side. Why is it always heavy fuel side? I just made a new heavy Vanguard, and the bloody Americans want a fucking fuel side. 6 more days. Okay, thank you, Research Bureau. Now, get me some mobility. Mobility is perfect. Structure and everything else is the problem still. But we will now get the anti-infantry round. And while doing that, we can finally make based off of this new tank, the better engine, the good thing, a central cab, female Mark II. Your role is to become the heavy fuel side tank that everybody wants, that I just can't supply. This tank does not mount proper guns, it instead mounts nothing but machine guns. God, I would hate to be the guy operating this vehicle should it ever encounter anything but. The good news about it, you don't need anything but gunners mechanics. And this here creates, the first time, another properly crewed vehicle. I present the new heavy fuel side tank. That's not a heavy fuel side tank. It's actually a frigate tank. Its rate of fire is still shit though. Awareness. Its crew is barely lacking. It's very fire shit. But it makes up for in sheer fucking firepower and everything else. Expendables. Give her some good old-fashioned cartridges. The best fuel I can get. And the best oil. This is the new frigate tank. That will hopefully save the company. Holy shit. Do we need anything to get my hands on? The Americans have a trophy now, eh? Very nice. Heavy fuel side tanks. I almost have my frigate tank done, Britain, don't worry. Aside from that, you have no contracts. And I can't beg America for contracts, because they're not reputable enough of them. Resources have arrived. And now we have to keep waiting. Again, that massive amount of money I'm just sitting around just really does help. Belgium beat the Brits again. Can't say I'm too surprised. Another engagement with Belgium. What would I give for just the ability to replace some of my old tanks? Oh, here's the new production hall. This single office will increase our workers by 100. Contracts? Mandaka. Once upon a time, those tanks would have slaughtered that infantry. China's in Spain. Only a matter of days. Heavy Vanguard tank. Oh, America, do I have good news for you? Well, I do. I will sell you 25 of these beautiful tanks. In exchange for some extra time, you know, just to let me get by. At a slightly more expensive price. Because, you know, foreign markets and such, I'm still getting used to my bearings here. The Pi Heavy Tank Mark III will be your best bet. I must also somehow reduce the weight of these tanks. Anyway, 130 days. Very good. Pi Heavy Tank Mark II is out of the market. However, giving my workers now. Hire me 100 more. Now 400 workers. This is a much newer tank. I want to make sure that my investors are happy within 90 days it'll take me to make it. It is a new tank. We will give it that. This is also our first foreign country order. Never before in our life. And the first time infantry has been defeated by these tanks in a long time. Our first US order. Truly goes to prove that despite everything, this British company can still... Ooh, Britain wants a frigate tank. I don't have a frigate tank yet. It's almost done though. Anti-infantry rounds, very nice, very nice. Coastal defense gun, please. And that is my new fuel slide tank. Which, if I was to go to, say, some contracts, and I was to present said tank, its biggest drawback would be quick performance. And it would lose horribly. Bless me. All these damn machine gun tanks are so hard to make. Despite the power of this British company, I fear I may be outpaced soon. Once again, British tanks actually did something. I know sometimes we get lucky, other times we don't. Also, please finish those tanks. I need to ship them to the US immediately. I don't have any trench clearing tanks. Wrong thing. Click the wrong button again. Amend these horrible drawbacks. And she's not crap tank anymore. Now I'm looking for a trench clearing tank. It just wants machine guns, eh? Oh, wait, it wants a lighter hull. Fortunately, I have the medium Mark C. Also the Taylor engines. The Hornet tracks. Supply you some good old-fashioned Hotchkiss machine guns. The first time we actually have a competent crew. Probably the mechanics is the problem. Despite looking good on paper, she's incredibly unmobile. Her firepower's shit, and she's just not good enough. Every time I try to make a new tank. speaking of a new tank, I think I just saw something very interesting. The land battleship. I may be able to write a powerful tank for this. God, machine guns are so light, but there's so many to add. Okay, that now successfully fills all that. Two gunners, a gunner mechanic, loader, and a mechanic. Canister shell, tied up with a lyddite shell, mixed in with a solid steel shell. Makes the power of the gun good enough. AP and pre-war munitions, mixed in with aviation fuel plus crude oil, makes this a viable land battleship. An actual tank I can use. It's got a lot of machine guns, a lot of guns. She's actually in the weight limit for once. Nothing impossible to transport. And slightly weakened crew. I can use this tank. As always, my tanks are doing their best. It's not going well. Brigade tank. Which again, the Hero Mark 1 dominates because crew performance. The crew performance is not good enough. Because of course it's not. Anyway, the Americans are happy. It's so hard, you know, trying to like be ahead of the curve. Africa, Middle East, North America. How much would I need actually? Okay, I guess I don't have a resource storage anymore. Oh, upgrades are cheap. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. Upgrades. Hopes up for nothing. Yep, America got their first payment, and holy shit, that's a lot of money. Does not stick around for long, though. Any contracts? Nope. I can't get the contract initiation. You want to, but you won't let me sell. I just can't find people that want my tanks. Not a bunch of heavy vanguards. He barely beats it out. I need 22 Pirate Tank Mark 3s. The situation is no longer we're miles ahead, we are now falling vastly behind. We used to be the main company at the forefront of literally everything. Now we're struggling. Fuck. The munitions plants here are not doing too hot. Okay, resources have arrived. Give the order for 22 of these tanks to begin production. In 79 days, our newest batch will be done. This is a really rough year for Pie Industries. Oh, land battleship. Funnily enough, the tank I'm offering to America is a much better fit for Britain. Unfortunately, I've already signed a contract with the Americans, and as such, we will not be receiving any more. On the other hand, in order to the Oceana will be ordered for a bunch of cheap metals and equipment to build more the heavies. Canada wants some tanks now. Why? It's the weight. The tank's too heavy. The Pirate Tank Mark II has not enough protection, not enough repairability. It's genuinely shocking how annoying this balancing act is. However, our proper land battleship will be done now. Situation's not perfect, but going into diplomacy, contracts, they want nothing. You want nothing. Canada wants more of those. The frigate tank. I have one. Has enough crew performance and no one wants it. Just ship the Pi Heavy Mark IIIs away. Isn't it funny? America wants these tanks. And Britain won't even go near me. Tanks have been delivered. Small boost of money, enhanced common rounds. Tier 2 is still not unlocked. The situation's not looking good for the company. That's a frigate tank order. Let's fix the battleship. Mass limits. And instead take the older model. And work it into something useful. She's in her weight, but we gotta switch to this gun to cut back on weight. Secondary is not as important, so I can just use the old Hotchkiss. Yeah, the Hotchkiss is a much better, it's slightly lighter. Commander, driver, 2 gunners, loader, pair of mechanics. She's slightly overweight, but canister, antinol, and solid steel. Mixture of AP and P303. Mixture of aviation fuel and crude oil. This heavy Vanguard tank with the Pi Heavy Tank Mark 2B. This is the actual Mark 2B. She weighs 114 kilograms too much. But aside from that, she is the best heavy fuel side tank available. Oh, she does need to lose weight. Fuck. I need to somehow drop 300. I have successfully dropped the weight at the cost of not much. You suddenly. Yep, the Pirate Tank Mark 2B now exists with slightly worse equipment. In exchange for a worse track, she's only 1 point below what she needs to be. But aside from that, now she actually makes the mass limit, which is good. Never mind, she's still too heavy. 31,000 kilograms, it's 3,000 tons too. Yeah. It's the engines. You need to loose later the engine somehow. Don't care about Jeffrey tanks, I need contracts. There's a contract. For the one fucking... Never mind. I have a tank. Delay max. We're building 40 of these bad boys. Instantly get me. How much will this cost? Frigate tank, I need 40. 152 days. I don't have enough time. But I have the resources. So get to fucking work. Nobody in the world has the resources like I do. That's going to take too long, obviously. Shit. Britain won't be too mad. I am producing an exceptionally large amount of resources and investments to ensuring the future of the British Empire. Seriously, a lot of shipments in Africa. Too few. I have a tank. Looks like I could actually build it though. Because I've accepted a much more lucrative offer from a much more old friend. Improved male sponsor. Oh yeah, we are 12 days behind the order. A new tank design's come out. I'm very happy the British actually accepted my tank for once. First time one of my heavy tanks have been accepted in a while. To British service. As I ship all available tanks we have. I am certainly very happy with this shipment arrival. Only 6 missing, they're not going to be too mad. Oh, they gave me 30 extra days, they're so kind. The reason why I sent the first batch on time was to ensure that I got the full payment for those tanks. These ones like a slightly cut back amount. But don't worry. 2 new tanks arriving, And the contract has been fulfilled. Any new contracts available? Nope. Nobody's selling. Nobody's buying, I should say. Tier 2 is still not unlocked. Anyway, well, let's just get the improved everything. The Ethiopians have 10 tanks. And the Americans are supplied with a bunch of, well, Pi Systems tanks. I mean, go us. We really are advancing up in this world. But we really do need a contract. We need to find who we want tanks. Italy. I'm desperate. We don't have any tanks I can sell. Would you look at that? We've got hands on some new officers. Because I'm literally desperate. Rock Island Arsenal. I feel bad for like all these companies. Like, a bunch of these tanks aren't even in service anymore. But seriously, please. Will someone please just put up a contract? Britain. For fuck's sake, Britain. I don't have any tanks for that. Anyone else offering any contracts? Well, at least we now know the Ethiopians got fucking clapped by my tanks. They actually have a fuel side tank. I don't have any fuel side tanks lying around anymore. They genuinely only posted the order to piss me off, knowing I can't fulfill it. No contracts. No contracts. Trophy. No contracts. No contracts. They have a contract. Portugal's thinking about it. They are thinking. The thinking doesn't put fucking food on the table. Please, will someone please put out a new contract that's not for a fuel side tank? Anybody. A heavy fuel side tank. I have one tank available for that. 298, alright. Get me maximum amount of days. Shoot up the price. I'll sell you 40. Once again, we are building a bunch more heavy fuel side tanks. You have to be kidding me, I don't have the fucking resources. Shit, okay. Okay, I didn't buy the extra parts. Shit. I need 40. Why is my warehouse too full? Just charge 20. $10, $15, $12. 10 it is. Bloody overpriced price. Fuck me. Begin the fucking production. Now. At 30, I got 8 spare days of overtime. Oh, I should have started building before the contract. Still no tier 2. Oh, I get these improved machine gun parts, I guess. Just keep the designers busy, you know. Doesn't have much of a choice. Oh, of course. And I put the order up after. Actually, fair enough there, mate. I don't have a fuel side tank even available for you, yet you want. The old Mark IIs are not bringing in the cash like it used to. We truly are far away from our once great peak. £4 million, now we're down. I have no light expeditionary tanks available. I don't even know how to make one of those. I'm heavy in mediums. No one wants heavy or mediums. Alright, tier 2 yet? No tier 2. Fine, we'll just get the improved AP munitions. Can't even accept the new bloody American convoy contract. We can send the British their tanks. Not all the tanks they wanted, but some. The rest will be sent over for the overtime. They really want those tanks, don't they? Oh, I really think I see the Belgic ended. Bunch of new trophies can be bought. Because why won't there's so many trophies you can buy? Just keep offering them up. We have 8 days to ship the remaining tanks. Get those tanks shipped. Nearly 5 good again. Place on for about 30. We completed the contract in the nick of time. Where is all my money? Where are my millions? Oh no. It's a light expeditionary tank. I don't have any of those. I got 2 bailouts. An economical female tank. I don't have any of those. Of course. Of course. I can't initiate the contract. Design it. Medium Mark 0. I have a C. We use the lightest engine I have. The Hornet. The Vickers. I don't have what it takes to make an economical medium tank. I have the best of the best available, but nobody wants it. Oh my god, I don't have it because it's not in my bloody tree. I just can't progress. I need a contract that will accept what I have. Situation is really bad. People want contracts, but I can't give it to them. Actually, you know what? I think there's one little thing I can do. Yeah, I ain't coming together. I think we'll play until 22 and then we'll stop. This has not gone too well. Every time I try to flop eras, I just can't for some reason. It's a real nightmare for me. I want tanks I can't produce. What do I do? And all my people want to stand I just cannot make. Light Expeditionary. Oh, I did see one grain of hope. Nope. Kinda wanted nothing. Still can't get tier 2. Just won't let me. Something over here. Oh, yep. Britain wants nothing I can make anymore. America doesn't want anything either. Italy is the one thing that does want me. Canada wants me as well. But I need to get these new tanks. Without them, I'm fucked. Situation truly is I am on my last legs. Of course, nobody can't fit in any fucking holes. I have an idea. The situation's gone so bad, I'm going to a very desperate level. We are reverse engineering the French tank. That's how desperate we are. We are ripping apart whatever vehicle we can get our hands on. I can't supply that. I can't supply that. Good news, we've got a couple safety nets still sticking around. Okay. Just get cracking, boys. Break down that French tank. I can't even use these all-terrain tank. I need Canada to deploy their next project. Canada is my only fucking hope. The Brits and the US keep making fucking offers, but I don't have any tanks to sell. Oh, we're going to have to rely on now is breaking apart the remains of this shitty French tank I bought. Reveal me your secrets, Mr. Engine. Okay. We've now researched every single bit of structure. In theory, we still don't have it. Why can't I research tier 2? We are researching every fucking thing we can. I'm not getting any luck. It's in here. Okay. Nothing. Nothing but light expeditionary tanks. I'm gonna blow both our bailouts trying to catch up to the era. All that remains is this. I have plenty of machine guns I can replace this with. So I'm not endangered for guns. I just need the tracks. I appreciate our new administrator's new available. That has no effect on me so far. Another batch of tanks I can't provide. Okay. What the fuck do you mean my frigate tank is useless? It's the one tank I had. It's the one thing I could use. Well, it's the frigate tank it is. Portugal is the only country. Oh, what bloody tank did I apply with? Heavy tank. Yep, that's the machine gun version, alright. At least I have income incoming. Okay. Give me to this engineer. Oh, actually, it's engineering. Yeah, where's the FHA still? Okay, British FD-17 now. We've got all tier 1 mobility and structure. It's just firepower. Get those tracer munitions. The desperation is real. Okay, so our whole version is done. The Ricardo doesn't fit. How about the Knight? Knight doesn't. It really is between the Renault 4-cylinder, which does fit, and the Taylor, which does not fit. Only option is the Renault engine. We are now buffing its engine. The situation's desperate when the British are trying to disassemble a French tank. I don't have a hole for that. I don't know who you're getting those tanks from. I'm going to debt now. Okay, the Renault is finished. So now means we can actually design. After all this effort, I can finally make a light expeditionary tank. Why is she so shit? Expedition does not work. She work as a situation tank? Nope. Cavalry tank? Nope. A skirmish tank? Nope. Turns out the tank we built out for building was useless. We're in this circumstance because I can't get to the next tier. I'm stuck in tier 1 still. And by some miracle, if I can pull this off, the brokest the company has ever been, you have successfully made enough money to keep the company going for a little bit longer. And I mean only a little bit longer. It won't let me progress. I can't progress. I don't have a hole. I don't have any of the things needed to progress. There is nothing I can buy that can save me. I'm forced to watch as my great tank empire slowly implodes. I have every single tier 1 tech researched, and I still can't unlock tier 2. Well, I'm incapable of doing anything anymore. Unless I get my hands on a Janus. There's nothing I can do. All my tanks don't carry over. Because I can't unlock tier 2. And my research has found nothing. Which means I'm ending here on a probable failure. At 22, we don't have access to tier 2 tanks. All my competition has access to it, and there's nothing we can do. So, thank you all for watching. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fix this problem. If I can. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Always a pleasure to have you here. Until we meet again. Bye. Alright, a little bonus thing for you is that I don't know, man. It's just not good. I don't know how to fix this. Type Tier 2 sucks ass in the comments to prove you made it this far. As always, thank you for watching. Until we meet again. Bye.